At his death in 1877, Cornelius Vanderbilt was worth $100 million. Built from nothing. A boy running a small ferry who ended up controlling the movement of an entire nation. But this story is not about how he made it. It's about what happens when the person who built the system is no longer there to hold it together. Welcome to Dark Gilded Truth. Here, we peel back the gold leaf from history's most opulent empires to reveal the ruthless greed and shadows that built them and broke them. We don't just tell history, we perform an autopsy and dissect the blueprints of the human soul. I'm your guide through the archives. If the truth we uncover genuinely impresses you, subscribe and follow us, but only if it genuinely impresses you. Vanderbilt didn't start with power. He started with a single boat in New York Harbor. No privilege, no connections, pure pressure, just survival. And that changes everything in a person. He didn't chase opportunity. He created leverage. From ferries to steamships to railroads. And once he entered railroads, he understood something most people never do. Control the system, and you don't have to compete inside it. He didn't fight competitors, he made them dependent, then irrelevant. If a city depended on his railroad, he could shut it down. No trains, no supply, no movement. And when businesses started suffocating, he would buy them, cheap. Not because he was lucky, because he understood something simple. Control the flow, and you control outcomes. And this is where the story stops being about Vanderbilt and starts being about you. Because building something is one skill, keeping it alive without you is a completely different one. What made his empire powerful was not just scale, it was discipline. Costs controlled, decisions centralized, expansion calculated. He didn't chase luxury, he built systems that produced it. And for decades, it worked. The empire held, strong, controlled, dominant. Because everything depended on one thing, him. In 1877, Cornelius Vanderbilt died, and the system lost its center. At first, nothing broke. In fact, it grew. His son understood the system, expanded it, strengthened it. But then, control started to dilute. The next generation didn't inherit the pressure that built the empire. They inherited the result. And that changes everything. The third generation didn't build, they displayed. Mansions, luxury, status. But here's the problem. Railroads don't run on status. They run on discipline. And discipline cannot be inherited. The system that once depended on one mind was now split across many. No single direction, no central control. And slowly, without any dramatic moment, the empire began to weaken. Competitors adapted, markets changed, control slipped, assets were sold, influence faded, power dissolved. Not overnight, not in a crash, but quietly, through decisions that felt harmless at the time, until one day it was no longer an empire, just a name. And this is the part most people misunderstand. The Vanderbilt fortune didn't disappear because of bad luck. It disappeared because the mindset that created it was not passed down. At Dark Gilded Truth, we dissect the blueprints of the human soul. Here the pattern is the same. The second generation grows it. The third generation spends it. Because money is not the asset. Understanding is. And understanding cannot be transferred through inheritance, only through experience. So before you build your next step, ask yourself this. Are you only building something valuable, or are you building something that can survive you? Because in the end, that is the real difference between wealth and an empire. Success leaves clues, but greed leaves scars. Subscribe to Dark Gilded Truth and learn from the best and the worst. Next, a Japanese banker lived a double life, hiding massive losses inside a system for years. The Daiwa Bank Full Autopsy.